Due to the financial impact of the current pandemic, a number of institutions are taking a serious look at their academic programs and assessing and removing underperforming ones. But how do you do this? Unfortunately, most financial systems don't go down to the level of programs, so it's not a simple report that can be run. This means the financial analysts need data from other systems, so they grab their handy spreadsheet and start collecting data. Payroll is usually the biggest expense, so starting with the HR system is a logical first step. But the raw extract is over 2 million rows, and your spreadsheet maxes out at just over 1 million rows. However, you also need data from student management systems and timetabling systems. You'll quickly realize that the codes in the student management system don't align to the codes in the financial system, so you need a crosswalk. Also, the timetabling system has holes in it, so you need some way of finding and fixing those holes. You know you can't do this analysis in one spreadsheet now due to the size limitations, so you build multiple spreadsheets and connect them all together to create your mother of all spreadsheets. After a few months of building your mother of all spreadsheets, you send it out for review before the institution starts making decisions based on it. As expected, you get a wide range of helpful feedback, and you quickly realize the effort to update the spreadsheet is almost as much effort as building it in the first place. Then someone asks the big question, what about overhead? And you realize that the level of effort is about to grow exponentially. How can we possibly analyze direct costs and revenue, plus all overhead, for all schools and all programs? Now for the good news. It's been done already with multiple institutions in Australia, the US, and Canada. So how can we do this? With a powerful modelling engine and over 20 years of experience. We know what works and what doesn't work. We know how to streamline and automate the initial build, but more importantly, streamline and automate the model updates as well. Some of our models have been in place and updated for over 10 years. The model contains data from multiple source systems, including financials, HR, payroll, timetabling, and student management, to show the overall financial health of your institution, your schools, programs, and even individual course instance, when, where, and how they're taught, all with the complex relationships between courses and various programs, regardless of whether they're in the same school or not. On top of all this, it will show all overhead and how it's distributed through the model. So you get direct cost and revenue and all overhead for all schools and all programs and all course instances. And all of this can be built in only 7 weeks. But it gets even better. This is just the starting point. It can also be expanded to include every building and room for all campuses in your institution. It can include workload profiles for all academic staff. It can even include environmental metrics, so you can compare the economic costs of delivering programs with the environmental costs of delivering these same programs. And on top of all that, the entire solution can be used to create the predictive model, so you can forecast 1 to 10 years into the future any proposed business model changes brought on by the pandemic and test various scenarios to determine the best options well in advance of actually implementing the changes at your institution.